Hey, today I'm gonna be talking about something really juicy. Get ready, really juicy for me, especially. I am talking today about Animal Crossing New Leaf and a film I just watched, Perfect Days, and how they're low-key the same, guys, and you're gonna see I'm gonna crack some codes and your mind's gonna be blown, and you better get ready because it's gonna be good. I'm very excited to make this because I have always wanted to make a YouTube channel. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. I know that's a pretty sad dream, but it was serious for 12-year-old me. And I actually have a film final at my school, and my professor was like, do something that you've always wanted to do, but you've never had the chance to do it. Like, if you have something like that, like, now's your opportunity to do so, as long as it's relating to film in some way. And I was like, oh, okay. Firstly, love that. That's the type of final I need for every class. And then I was thinking, and I was like, oh, I'll just like write about a film I really like, which I usually do for almost all of my classes. I write a lot about media in general. So I was like, oh, let me just write about one I've always wanted to write about. And then I was thinking, and I was like, that's low-key boring. That's boring. I love writing about movies. Don't get me wrong. I love writing, period. Like, if I like it. And I was like, but this is something that I haven't done before. And I was thinking, and I was like, wait, what is something that I really like to do in my own time that I can kind of still do relating to school? And I was like, I am a YouTube fiend. It's like, I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel, and how about I do that while talking about film, and boom, that's my final, and I just do something that I've always wanted to do. So I said that, and she really liked it, so here you go. And anyone else in my class who's watching this is going to be a really, really humbling experience, and I'm very scared, and I really hope that I don't end up showing this in my class, and if I do, I know my face will be like totally red, but I don't think it'll be done by then, so let's hope that's not the case. But anyway, I really like video games, so I feel like I always blur the line between like video game and movie. I really like both, and I really like seeing the connection between the two, especially nowadays that the video game industry is like low-key, they're dabbling in the movies. Ooh, I'm scared. Hey, I guess we'll just get started. I'm really excited. Okay, so first I think I just want to give a background info on both the movie and the game. The game probably most people know about, the film not so much. Perfect Days was released in 2023. It was directed by Wim Wenders, who I've actually not seen any other films by this director, and now I'm very curious. So I will be looking into that. But anyway, I'm gonna read the Letterboxd description because they said it best about the movie. I can't summarize things for the life of me, so here I go. Hideyama is content with his life as a toilet cleaner in Tokyo. Outside of his structured routine, he cherishes music on cassette tapes, books, and taking photos of trees. Through unexpected encounters, he reflects on finding beauty in the world. Okay, so this movie is it's pretty much all of that. It's a very, very simple movie. Basically follows this guy who it's filmed as if like you were living life with him, which I really enjoyed. It's very quiet, and it's very, I wouldn't say lonely, it's very alone. Lonely sounds kind of negative. What I really like about this film is I view it as having and like curating a relationship with yourself. He spends most of the movie alone. There are moments where he meets, like near the end of the movie, reunites with like his niece, which is a very, very light plot line, but it is there, and it's very beautiful. And he also like interacts with his coworker, which is kind of funny, but he lives on his own. He goes to work on his own. He normally works on his own. And I think it kind of showed that like you don't have to be, obviously it's great to have a support system, but having a relationship with yourself is also really important. I also really like the fact that there is very much a lack of story. It's almost like documentary, like, honestly, the way that you're watching him, it's very, very like you're just watching him live his life. It's like as if he's vlogging, but it's someone else doing it from the outside. I guess that is a documentary now that I think about it. But anyway, it's really interesting. And not really much, very honestly, I think no character development. It's not like he is learning a lesson throughout the movie. It's more of just like he's very content, like he knows what he wants, and I think it's kind of more of a lesson for the viewers to try to live the life that he lives, like, or just embody that in some way. I think the main point that they try to get at in the movie is like kind of finding beauty in the very, very simple moments and like the mundane almost. Like his life is very almost boring. Actually, not almost, it is boring and nothing really happens in his life. You would look at that as like a normal average citizen. You'd be like, okay, he low-key does nothing with his life. Like he just wakes up and goes to work every single day. Like normally you would find that very, very sad and boring. But that's what makes it good for him, that he really enjoys simple moments like observing people and taking pictures and eating lunch on the bench. Things like that is what makes him feel satisfied. That's Perfect Days. I highly, highly recommend the film. It's so good. I do recommend you watch it in one sitting. I just remember watching it and it is a little slow, but that is the point. Like it's very much like the shots are very, very long, very quiet, little music, like soundtrack that accompanies it. It's very slow paced. So if you like fast paced, I think for all the Cocomelon high stimulation viewers, this is not for you. I'm sorry. If you want a break, it's a very, very good break. And I remember watching it and I was like, this is low-key the life I need to live. Like this, you're gonna watch it and you'll be like, oh yeah, like I need to encapsulate this guy's energy. Like he's everything. Like he has his little like cassette tape collection. He has like his photos. And I need to start romanticizing my life like this guy. Like genuinely, that's what I learned. I need to romanticize my life, like no matter how boring or simple it may be. Like that is when, bring back romanticizing. It's not like it left, but just like maybe just embrace it. But yeah, I love the part. There was a part in it that he loves film photography. He has his old film camera that he brings to work and he shoots the trees. They use this word, they defined it at the end of the movie. I am saying this wrong. Komoribi? It's a Japanese word and it represents the fleeting, beautiful interplay of sunlight filtering through the leaves, serving as a metaphor for living in the present moment. I absolutely loved this little like moment that they have throughout the film. They kind of show his pictures throughout and they're so pretty. He just takes pictures of the trees and I think it's a really, like what I just said, it was a really good metaphor for like him living in the present moment and like finding peace in that. Yeah, I really liked that moment. I thought it was so good. And it was like, wait, you're so me. Like, yes. I guess it just taught me to enjoy things in a different way. Which is also what Animal Crossing did. Look, I'm literally a god. That was such a good segue. Yes, Animal Crossing taught me the same exact thing. So before I talk about how they're similar, I will introduce Animal Crossing really quick for those who don't know. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this kind of goes for Animal Crossing in general, but I'm going to be talking about specifically Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing New Leaf was released, it was in 2013, I believe. And I have a little description I wrote, so I'll read that off. Animal Crossing New Leaf is a life simulation game in which the player controls a human character who serves as mayor of a newly developed town. The player lives through everyday life by befriending animal villagers, catching bugs, and fishing. And this was released on the Nintendo 3DS. And this was actually the 4th installment of Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is a pretty long-running series, not too long. I think the first one came out in about 2006, if I were to remember. Most people know it from the 2020 Animal Crossing, which was Animal Crossing New Horizons. That was on the Switch, and that blew up. Totally went mainstream. And I do like that one, but I think what I'm going to be talking about really pertains to the older Animal Crossings. Animal Crossings. Is that even a word? I started playing Animal Crossing with New Leaf, obviously. I started playing, I think, around 2015. I was young, and I got it for Christmas. And that shit changed me. Let's just say that this has been like my favorite game, like franchise or series ever since I first laid my hands on it. I absolutely love Animal Crossing. Like, she's my ride or die. I love her. And I think what Animal Crossing did for me when I was younger really reminded me of how I felt when I was watching Perfect Days. But yeah, Animal Crossing basically works as if you are a Animal Crossing New Leaf. You just go to this town, you move in, and then you arrive, and suddenly you're the mayor because everyone thinks you're the new mayor for some reason that they never explain. And then you basically do live a daily life. And there's no really goal in Animal Crossing. It's very, very simple. It is, you play it on a real-time clock, so it simulates like daily life. You, like I said earlier, you just talk to your villagers, you catch some bugs and you catch some fish, and maybe dig up a fossil or two, and donate it to the museum. But yeah, it's very, very simple. There is decorating involved. I think the decorating definitely has expanded, especially with the newer game. And they do give you a bit of control in New Leaf, but definitely it is focused a lot more on like chatting with your villagers and just curating a good environment and community. But yeah, I really love the game. I think if there were any Animal Crossing game that you would want to play, I would highly recommend New Leaf. I think it's superior. Yes, I am so incredibly biased, and I have no shame in that. I just think it's such a good representation of what the game tries to be. So next, I think I just want to start kind of overlapping the two. I kind of laid out like 3 key themes that I think overlap with both of them. So I can just read those off. I think the first one is definitely simplicity in routine. And then finding joy and comfort in the present, and curating a relationship with yourself, which I kind of mentioned these throughout as I was talking, but I want to like go back and kind of focus on them a little bit. I think I'll start with the simplicity in routine. Yeah, I think for both of the film and the game, it's kind of interesting because like since it's a game, like you're playing as if you are living the life, and with the film, you're watching someone, but it's almost shot as if, as I was saying, as if you are the person, like you are living with Hirayama, which I think is really cool. It's very intimate, I would say. I think both the game and the film do a really good job of kind of not overwhelming you with things that are happening. It's very like it's low-key like low sensory, like anti-Coco Melon, you know. The film is very, very quiet, it's very slow, and same with Animal Crossing. It can be the pace, you can make it however fast you want it to be, but the game lays out itself as a very, very simple prompt. There's not really a storyline as with the film. There's no really like goal. There's not like end credits that play like when you get to a certain point. And I really like that about Animal Crossing. It gives it, yes, replayability, but also it doesn't give you the sense that you need to rush or that you need to get to a certain point, or you need to unlock something. Like, yes, there are, as you progress, there are things that you can unlock and you can explore a little deeper than you did when you started, but it happens all very naturally, and they don't like throw it in your face and say like, oh, if you do this 2 billion times, you'll unlock the new version of Nook's Cranny. You know, like it's not told to you and it's not shoved in your face. And same with the film. It's what he's doing. He's just like doing out of enjoyment and not out of urgency, I guess. Which kind of gives you both a chance to breathe and slow down, and everything will be okay. There's a really there's a term that is used in the Animal Crossing community called like dailies, and basically it just means like when you open the game up, you complete your dailies, which is like you dig for the fossils that are there, that are in the ground that you want to donate. You like say good morning to your villagers, or you pluck some weeds out of the ground, and it's kind of like it gives you like a routine, a simple like daily routine that you can go by every day to kind of like get you started. Kind of like the dailies is almost like your entire playthrough, and it kind of just like you see where it goes from there. I wanted to look at an essay that I actually wrote myself, that I used to apply to college. I did write about Animal Crossing because it was that serious for me, and I think I kind of explained I said the simplicity of Animal Crossing New Leaf's gameplay, as I gradually understood, held a profound lesson. The path to personal growth is not restricted to grand accomplishments. Rather, it unfolds through the simplicity and consistency of daily interactions. Just as the beauty of Murphy, which was the town that I had, flourished with each day I invested, so did my appreciation for the world around me and my determination to explore and share the beauty I encountered. And I think that's also what, in Perfect Days, what the character, it seemed like he would go by. It was very much like I really loved the moments in the film where he would be working and then he would just like observe a family that was like at the playground, like a little kid. And he would just find so much joy in that. You can like, he's literally like beaming with like a smile half the time. Even though it was just like a little interaction. I'm sure he played Animal Crossing, girl. He played Animal Crossing when he was younger, like I know it. I think it kind of encapsulates what Animal Crossing wants you to live by. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the next theme I want to talk about was the finding joy and comfort in the present. I think I kind of mentioned this with the film. I think you learn that Hideyama is a very, very mindful, I guess, character. He is very grounded in a sense. It's kind of like that Ferris Bueller quote. I think that's his name. You know, in I forget the movie, bro. Oh my god, what's the movie called? I literally don't remember. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's what it's called. Where he's like, if you don't stop and look around for a while, like you might miss it or something. I don't know. I haven't watched that in like literally so long. It's literally like that. Like he appreciates what's in front of him, and it doesn't seem like he really ever worries about what's coming or what happened in the past. And I also think it kind of shows that like if you don't appreciate what is in front of you, like time will move on, like, and it will keep going. And this also happens in Animal Crossing with, I think it is based on like real time. So like if you go on in the morning, like the shops might not be open, or if you go at night, the villagers might be sleeping. Like time moves even if you're not playing. And I think that kind of taught you to enjoy what was in front of you while it was in front of you, because like I just vividly remember when I was younger, like you would be you'd be playing your game and then you put it down. Let's say like something came up and you didn't play it for a week, and if you pick it up again, I remember I picked it up after not playing it for a bit, and I go and open it, I'm like, oh my god, like I have to see Walker, like my favorite villager. And then I open my mailbox, and why did Walker move out? And Walker sent me a letter in the mail, and he was like, yeah, like, hey Sophia, but like I'm sorry, like I moved away. I literally cried, bro. That was the worst day of my life. I was so sad. I was like, oh my god, like he just moved, like he moved away and I wasn't playing. And I even though it was really sad, I think that was a prime example of like you never know, like someone might move away. A villager might might leave forever. And then I think someone else moved in, and they moved in on my flowers or something, because you couldn't have a say where they moved. But I think like that really that taught me, even though I didn't realize at the time, that you need to enjoy what's happening in front of you in the moment, because you never know when it will just leave, and you never know, time will just keep moving inevitably. Even in your game, even in your video game that you're using as an escape mechanism, like, she doesn't care. Like, Walker will move away if he wanted to. So RIP him. I really like that aspect in both the film and the game. I think it's really rare for a game to show that. I think honestly it's rare for both a film or a movie, or sorry, a film or a game to show that. I think films nowadays are, as I was saying earlier, like so fast paced, so much is happening, especially like action movies. It's like constantly, I don't know if you guys saw like the new Mario movie. It's like, oh my God, like you could not breathe. You literally could not breathe. Loved it. But there was not a moment of silence. Like, seriously, something was happening every single scene. It was like every single scene was somehow the climax of the movie. It was crazy. And I think that's so common now. And I don't know, it's rare to see something just take its time. Okay, so the final theme I wanted to talk about, also, I don't know if theme is a good way to describe these. Like, if it isn't, like, oops, sorry. But the last one was curating a relationship with yourself. This one kind of goes, it's more of like a personal viewpoint, I guess. I feel like for the film, I really enjoyed the fact that Kiriyama was alone for majority of the film. And he is it's not even that he's introverted. I guess he is a little bit, but he chooses to be alone. And I really like he lives on his own. He does a lot of his work, even if he's with a coworker, he does it on his own for a lot of the movie. And he seems to be totally content with that. I think I nowadays really value my own time alone. Even though I'm very much an extrovert, I feel like practicing that like independence is so important for people. And I like vividly remember when I was in high school, and I wanted to go and get coffee, but I was like so scared to walk alone to the coffee shop. Mind you, this coffee shop was like 10-minute walk. Like, it was not that much. And I remember like I was so terrified. I was literally like, I was terrified. My anxiety was like so bad. I literally don't know why. Like, I don't know why I was that scared. And I did it, thank God. And then I ended up doing it for like literally every single day until I graduated. Like, I would always that was like the time I looked forward to the most when I was in high school, honestly. Just like taking a walk, just like leaving the school, just like walking to the shop and spending my own time there. Like, I would play a game with myself. Like, I would play whatever I was playing in the moment. And those were the moments, even though that was not even in the high school itself, like that was like always the thing that I looked forward to the most those days, because it was kind of like a break from that awful environment, and a break like for myself that I got to have with myself. When I was growing up, I did not have anyone who played, any friends who played anything I played like at all. My siblings played games, but I used to hate that. It used to get me like really, really sad. But now I'm like honestly really grateful for it. And I think Animal Crossing was very much, even though there is multiplayer in it, is very much a game that like I had for myself, that I always used. Like, I always played it on my own. Like, you can play it with friends, and a lot of people did do that, but I didn't have any friends who played it, so I would just play it on my own, and I would consume any content related to Animal Crossing or any of the games I was playing on my own. And I think that kind of like subconsciously taught me how to enjoy time by myself. Like, I love hanging out with people, but I also think hanging out with yourself is like probably the most important thing, because you are stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. Like, yes, you have your friends, but not everyone will be with you throughout your entire life, but you will be with yourself for the entire life. So I think finding enjoyment in that is really important. And I feel like I feel like it's underrated. All these things I'm talking about, they're underrated. Like, that's just my thoughts. I think that's it. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I really love both Perfect Days and I really love Animal Crossing. And I think if you liked Perfect Days, if you watched that before, you should totally play Animal Crossing. And if you've played Animal Crossing, you should totally watch Perfect Days, because they're both really, really good and I really like them. Will I continue making these? I have no clue. I'm really excited that I was able to do this, and I'm really excited to edit it, and I think it's gonna look really great. But I have no clue if I have intentions of like continuing to make videos. Like, that was not on my mind at all, honestly. And I think having the no commitment is making it a lot more fun. I feel like I never did it because it was like, if I upload something, like I have to commit myself fully. Like, I don't. Like, I can just have fun. Like, who cares? I'm just doing this because I like talking about these things. I don't know how to end these. Like, do I just like stop talking?